Rich Shea here with another unboxing. This time, Jared Gray's Endeavor Age of Expansion. It's an expansion to a game I like a lot, Endeavor Age of Sail, which of course is already huge enough in its second edition, but I signed on for more. Burnt Island Games and Grand Gamers Guild, but not the original designer of the first version. I think that was Carl DeVesser. It's a nice box with, it looks wet, it's not actually wet, probably glare. Inside we have, I'm going to flip it around here, there are new building tiles. You can tell which ones are the new ones. They have the, which ones are the new ones? I think they have the, yes, this is the new side. On the back are the original ones, still available. The market, the workshop, the guild hall, okay, and then on this side are the new ones with one for each player. There are also fortification markers, which is a new kind of defense mechanism. When you put it on a place that you hold, I think you're not just Europe, but you're on a city place, you it causes an extra casualty for somebody who attacks. There are also these cards. This is a military build-up. These are a couple of bonus action cards that you can place markers on. They're give you some victory points at the end, give you extra actions. When you do these other ones, instead of getting just the victory points here, and they work like the normal things, a victory point for placing, but if you manage to get both of them, you get the one in the middle. Plus, at the end of the game, there's 2 victory points for majority and a second victory point for whoever's second, and how many tokens are on here. They all work a little bit differently, and I think you pick 2 per game. So these are the new buildings: wharf, naval yard, bridge, trading post, Royal Navy, fort, factory, foreign office, and this is military buildup. It's about land warfare, naval superiority. That's about placing ship actions. There's, where do we leave off? All right, town square, tower, military academy, admiralty, basilica, battery, citadel, fairground, mint, and quartermaster. Those are the bonus ones at the end. This is about alliances. There are also a couple of extensions to your scoring board in case you go off the edge. Okay, that could happen. There's a rule book, and it's like the other rule book. It explains what the fortification tokens, track extensions, prominence tiles. Also, we'll get to them. There are new sets of asset cards, replacements for all the other ones, so you can change the game that way. How to choose them. The 2 new actions, trade, where you swap trade tokens from anywhere on the board with one of your trade tokens, and fortify, where you place a fortification marker that helps protect a city, and conscription and mobilization, which is basically an extra way to, during growth, when you get population, you get a disc on your conscripts. You can empty it on any round in addition to your normal population growth. So you also get the conscripts. When you mobilize, okay, during the action phase, you immediately after performing all actions provided by any building or blue token, you mobilize 1 conscript to add the bonus action described on its building. So when you have a conscription, there's a conscription action, and it gives you a naval move. That's the Naval Academy. So you get to perform a ship action. And you decide when, but you can't do it in the middle of an action. You have to do it at the end of an action. Okay. The new cards have different effects. The Merchant Fleet gives you something, and then you can put another card on it.
The subsidies let you make a payment action one time only, immediately when you get it, but it has to be on a card that contains the matching symbol. It can have other symbols too, though.
There are also special historical cards, Rosetta Stone, the Indies Fleet, Dejima, Port of Dejima in Japan, the Raj, American Revolution, Conquistadors, There are also the New York cards do different things. They have different actions aside from just the, moving up your markers. They do things. Prominence tiles, that you put a couple of those out, and they have effects. The most interesting one is probably the alliances one, where you join an alliance, but you can't attack the other players in your alliance. But the alliance that wins gets bonus points for everybody, and for each token they have in their alliance thing. And then a couple of the buildings, Fairground and Citadel, require further explanation. There's also a mini expansion with nation tiles. The nation tiles are basically asymmetric starts, and the players have different starting setups and some bonuses they can earn during the game called national abilities. And you might get your fate thing. And there are, how many of them? The Dutch Republic, Spain, France, Portugal, Great Britain, and the Ottoman Empire. And some of the fate things require clarification. There's a couple of baggies. There's an organizer to hold all the new tiles. It's very similar to the organizer that comes with the Kickstarter new edition produced by Game Trays. It's very customized. You can see it has a level of each thing here. I don't think there's a way to put it back in the original box, but you never know. Here's the Endeavor. Oops, and another. All right, we'll get to that. So the wooden fortification things, because I got the blingy version. These are the markers for the different nation states. They each have like a monument thing that you can do. This is the bag of, nation states. Get there, Ottoman Empire, gets production, and a conscription thing. They all sort of do that thing where there's an action, an extra tile. That's Great Britain, production and sovereignty. Portugal goes for culture and trade. France goes for trade, then culture. Spain, culture and sovereignty, and the Dutch Republic, sovereignty and naval stuff. And there are also a number of cards that you can, this is another expansion, where if you have the suitable presence in the two areas, you can then get the unlock card for that. There'll be several of them in play, so it's a little bit of luck, of course, or differentiating the strategy on setup. I'll put those back later. This is the new deck of cards. You can see the one card has the 2 production, but it also has a place where you can attach another card, so it doesn't take up a card slot. And it's the same for all the 1 cards in each of the areas. So the nice thing about that is that the 1 cards don't, they become more valuable because they don't actually eat up a slot. They give you a slot. You don't have to really maneuver to not get the 1 card. Then there's the subsidy, and then they become more normal. And the governor, the last card, has a special action, the 5 card, and that's true for each location. So these are still very nice. And then there's another expansion, the last expansion here, which is the Dominium Micro Expansion, with value 6 cards added to each region to make them. That's the one that's explained, the historical cards In Africa, the Gold Coast, you get 5 of these mercantile things, and your attribute tracks that end the game above 15 don't slide down, they score their positions. So these cards are very valuable, and if you can get them, and you can see the Far East one, there's 6 victory points, and you can make up to 3 trades during the game, I believe, or maybe you make 3 trades immediately. And South America, where you get victory points, culture, but also basically a pile of gold to spend. So that's the expansion. I'm looking forward to adding that to the game. It makes the game, I think it's going to make the game like a bigger game now. Before it was very straightforward. I like the game a lot, and even with the expansion, it's still a pretty straightforward game with not lots of sophisticated things that you have to do. I mean, not that there aren't tough decisions, but now I think it becomes more of a brain burner. Wasn't so much before, but now it is, and I think that's going to be very interesting to try out. Well, thanks for watching. Again, hope you're all doing well. I'm filming this during that horrible time with the coronavirus, which I hope will we'll be in better shape and able to play games live with our friends. Till then, you could check out the Meeple League. We do some online gaming, although we love live competitive events. So thanks for watching, and good gaming. Bye for now.